I would have loved to have seen Pig. Like Pig, not you know, the older Pig, I should say. He's a bit of an oddity because he plays in ESL Open Cup NA. Like he plays in the Americas.
Has he cast in them?
He plays until he gets knocked out and then he casts.
Ah, the old whatchamacallit.
Yeah, he pulls a Yaku. Yeah.
Exactly.
So, yeah, like, honestly, like, he plays in that. I would have loved to have seen him play, you know, in stuff like GPO, ESL Dare, stuff like this as well. Like, he's still GM. Like, he's still decently good. It'd be fun to see him play and compete against some of the pros of the region.
Yeah, nodding along here. Just, you know, looking at you. What's his name? Whatchamacallit?
Pig?
Pig, yep. Looking at you for GPO.
Alright, here we go. Lobby has been set up. We are ready. Once the players are ready, we will be beginning.
Yeah, gonna be jumping into this prequel match. Once again, winner of this going up against either Oreo or Nux, both of which pretty promising Zerg players. Wait, Nux is Zerg, right? Not Protoss?
He's Zerg, yes.
Yeah, Nux plays Zerg. So we won't be getting that mirror matchup. Actually, funnily enough, we have one mirror matchup today.
Yeah, it was Ranger versus JusticeSimon.
And speaking of what we had today, we have not yet casted this player or a player of this race yet today. So we're seeing it for the first time in the top left-hand corner of the map, spawning in the top left-hand corner of Death Aura. The Aura of Death. We have the red Terran player coming out all the way from the land of not Sydney, but somewhere in the south.
Just Sydney. Just go with it, yeah.
Just Sydney, representing Legacy Esports. You know as Piglet. We know him as Notorious PIG.
And yeah.
I realized halfway that would end in the G, so I tried to do the G.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Death Aura LE, as the alias didn't work probably because I put a capital in it, we have the Vietnamese Protoss player representing Archangel Gaming. It is JusticeSimon.
So I know that going into this match, Piglet wasn't too fond of who his opponent was going to be, particularly the race of his opponent.
Yeah. I mean, he really wanted to face a Zerg player over a Protoss player. He was cheering for his boy Mighty Kiwi. Unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately, you know, the Darkness Raid came in at the wrong time. You know, the Protosses powered JusticeSimon for the hold. And we have, you know, a Protoss here instead of a Zerg.
And it's going to be interesting to see how Piglet decides to play this one out. I do remember that Piglet, he does enjoy his mind drops, and he doesn't just go for that armory. He goes for Drilling Claws in TvP, from what I remember.
Yeah, it's been quite some time since we've seen him play. I think the last time Notorious Pig competed probably was GPO, actually. I don't think he played in ESL Dare. I could be wrong.
I think he played in it once or twice, something like that.
Yeah, it's possible. I'm actually, you know what? We have the technology. Oh, actually, okay. So he played in Ozcraft, of course, if you recall.
Naturally.
Other than Ozcraft, the only other tournament he played in 2020, Grand Platypus Open, number 29. That's it.
There we go. He's waiting for number 49.
Yeah. So Notorious Pig, he unfortunately hasn't played in any of the ESL Dare Cups, but he has played in GPO, and really that's all that matters. But yeah, we'll see how JusticeSimon does against him. Yeah.
I mean, we did say that the final Dare Cup, at least for the time being, is going to be on Tuesday. You know what isn't going to be final? Grand Platypus Open. Well, I don't think we're going to be having it next week because of obviously it's champs, but you know.
Yeah. So GPO is on a little bit of a hiatus due to ANZ champs and DreamHack, but we'll be back once that ends. There'll always be something for the C/OCE scene, and yeah, we'll see how these two players go. Again, maybe this practice will get Pig Jr. Back into competitive play. I would love that.
Yeah, here's hoping. As we do see, he's actually going for the Banshee opening this time.
Oh.
I'm just watching the production tab light. How many tanks is he gonna get behind this? How many SCVs is he gonna pull behind this?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen these tank pushes time and time again, especially in this matchup. I'm not too sure how up to date with the meta Pig Jr. is. Again, like, I'm not too sure if he's been watching a lot, if he's been playing a lot, if he just has his own style. Is he just gonna wing it like Hut? If you recall, Hut, he just did his own thing and made it work anyway, when in his debut of ESL Dare.
Yeah. That was insane to watch, yeah.
He's like, what? People don't go 1-1-1 into Raven? I'll show you. This is what I do,
Wait, you're telling me that people don't Raven auto-turret harass in a PVZ? Or no, a TVZ, sorry?
Why not? Like, it works for me, right? Yeah, and JusticeSimon, he did open up pretty standard. He did go for a Blink Stalker opener, which, has become quite standard defensively and offensively. You can defend against Widowmine drops, you can defend against Banshees, against potentially Ravens, ? But yeah, he does have them here. We'll see if he has them in position, and if he has detection as well for the Banshees.
Yeah, an Observer now going to be on the way, and I do think that the Blink opening is still the most versatile opening out there for Protoss in the PvT, but nowadays I feel like they're used a bit more defensively because of how the TvP meta evolves, right? Of how Terran players are usually trying to go for some early game harass, whether it be Banshees or more commonly Mines.
Yeah, definitely. We do see time and time again, like the Stalkers, once they've defended whatever the opener was, then they can start pushing out across the map. And speaking of which, Pig Jr., he was waiting for 2 Banshees to bank up before sliding on in to the natural. Here, there are a couple of Stalkers. I don't believe there's detection here. Oh, there is, but in the main base.
Way out of position, and it will take a little bit of time for that Observer. Oh, there's another Observer in the natural.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, again, like these Banshees, it looks like Pig Jr., he's looking to pick his fights. He's looking to try and find the ideal, angle to dive in here. And actually focusing on the shield battery.
The shield battery.
Oh, God.
Is he going to be able to get it? One Banshee already goes down. And now the Banshee just running for its life.
Oh, my God.
But its life is not looking to be spared here.
Yeah. I mean, there is some dead air here, so he will be able to stay or stick around for a while. No recall available for Terrans, though. So,
unfortunately.
Gonna have to harness his inner Psycho if he wants to escape.
Yeah, but is this actually not too bad for Piglet, as he's drawing the attention of JusticeSimon far away from his third base. As you see, Piglet, he went for that 3 racks. He's already concussive shells on the way. Stim and I don't believe he's got +1 weapons. Stim +1 weapons as well as combat shields already finished up. Now he's just looking to punish this. We'll have to be a little bit careful going up a ramp into a Colossus. We'll have to see how well he can really, split his Marauders from his Marines. Really nice force fields from JusticeSimon.
Yeah.
And it is punishing the bio army of Piglet. And
really nicely done there by JusticeSimon. He actually, the first thing he killed was that tank of Piglet, so that anchor point was gone. Only 1 Widowmine remains. And, there are a lot of medevacs here, so potentially Pig Jr. could go for a drop into the main.
Yeah, it's looking very vulnerable right now. And honestly, JusticeSimon does not have a lot of army, but it kind of depends. It doesn't have a lot of army, but if his army is in the right position, it can obliterate what Piglet's got. Yeah. So Piglet is deciding to go for that Doom drop into the main base. Very nicely done. JusticeSimon still thinks that Piglet is trying to poke around the third location, but the Observer will spot this.
And the Colossus will be able to climb up the cliff. Meanwhile, recalls the Stalkers as well just to make sure he's in position, but he goes down to the natural. Oh, okay.
That was so important for for JusticeSimon to be able to scout that off that quickly. And Piglet, I can kind of see it in his eyes, kind of considering, can I drop on top of these Colossus, try to snag them out? But that's a little bit too much of a risk when those Stalkers are that close by.
Yeah, the problem is that because Stalkers have Blink, like, it doesn't take much for them to come and to support the Colossus. And as well, there are shield barriers here, so there could have been an overcharge. Like, it really would have been a risk. Maybe it would have paid off, maybe not. But Notorious Pig...
best case scenario, he trades his bio army for those Colossus, and JusticeSimon, he's still going to have quite a lot of Stalkers behind that.
Yeah, definitely. And here we go, a little bit of this multi-pronged harassment. We have this drop coming in here, killing off some pylons, killing off some static defense, pulling the attention away, and if it does, he does have a force ready to go into the third.
And this is a classic TvP that you often see, just splitting the attention of the Protoss player so much. The Protoss player, he's got quite a bit to deal with here. I like that JusticeSimon did leave a Colossus though, and a couple of chargelets, not going to be quite enough against this massive Bioforce, but will be enough to try to chase them away and allow JusticeSimon to reposition if he needs to.
Yeah, again, like, it's so important that behind this, there are 2 shield batteries supporting that Colossus. So even though there wasn't too much buffer, like, it's a little bit deceptive as well. So Notorious Pig really respecting that, backing off, not really jumping on that opportunity. And yeah, he's just, you know, continuing to reinforce his army. That's quite a lot of Vikings, you know. In a straight up engagement, he could take it to JusticeSimon.
Yeah, very much so. I think that's just the Vikings to 2-shot the Colossus. I believe it, wait, what was it, like? Yeah, I believe that's just about the right number to 2-shot the Viking, the Colossus, I should say. So Piglet, you know, he's still building up a pretty beefy army. He is gonna have to pick and choose when and where he engages this army, because again, these are 3 Colossus, 1 misclick, and Piglet going for a very much a bio marine focused army. He can just lose it at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, and oh, this force for JusticeSimon is looking quite exposed. Only a single lone Colossus, but he does notice the situation he was in. He pulls back, is able to save that. And as this is happening, Disruptors, they're on the way for JusticeSimon. He's diversifying his AoE. He already has them here, and the Vikings are going to help with this.
That they will not, but I will say this, they do keep the Colossus, actually snipes the Colossus, and that was the main zoning tool for JusticeSimon. The thermal answer to the Colossus just being able to keep Piglet back, or best case scenario, corral him towards a Purification Nova. Pig Jr. is collapsing on top of this. He has so many Marauders, it does not look like JusticeSimon can really help him out too much, where Disruptors actually get sniped before the Purification Novas can land. What about this one? No! Purification Nova does land, but I think Piglet has just way too much army.
Exactly.
And way too many Marauders.
Like, he just outmaneuvered JusticeSimon, and the majority of the Disruptors, they got taken out before any shots got thrown out. And there are some defensive GTs, but he scans, he takes everything out. And Pig Jr., Notorious Pig, he looks like he has too much here.
GG is called. Notorious PIG gonna be taking that game number 1. That was brutal.
That was brutal. Like, even though I love that JusticeSimon, he was diversifying his AoE, right? He was getting Disruptors to complement his Colossus. He was just completely outmaneuvered. Like, his army was just all over the place, and not really what you want as a Protoss player. You want everything bunched. You want your Protoss ball, right? And yeah, he was just completely torn apart there.
Nothing along there, yeah. It's I'm not sure what else to really add to that. I think
what's important is that very often we saw Pig Jr. had like a lot of opportunities that he could have taken, but he was very patient. It felt like he never went for any big risk.
Exactly, because these opportunities, it can be deceptive. I don't want to say it's a coin flip, but it's best case scenario, you kill everything that your Protoss opponent has, and then you snowball from there. Worst case scenario, the opposite happens. So Pig Jr., he, as you were saying, did not want to take any of those risks, just focused on macro, just tried to max out as quickly as he could, and just collapsed on top of JusticeSimon's army with all of those Marauders. And just look at the army compositions. I think maybe if JusticeSimon got a bunch of chargelets, it might have dealt a little bit better, but by that point, that was just so much army for Pig Jr.
Yeah, definitely. And again, GG, well played. Pig Jr. takes game number 1, and now we're going to be heading into game number 2. As JusticeSimon does restart for his VPN.
Yep. The same old story.
Oh, and it looks like the map has been made. The lobby has been made. We're getting on in, and oh, so we're gonna be getting some chrome in here.
Ah, some Dare iced coffee.
Yeah, as I believe, actually looking at this, this may be the longest. Do you recall what's our longest broadcast together, you and I?
I want to say 5-ish hours. Oh, wrong server on this lobby.
Oh. Oh, good. Yeah, at the moment we're hitting the 5-hour, 20-minute mark. We could hit 6 hours, you know, it could be a first for us.
I'm gonna need Steel to the information goblin to. That sounds mean if you don't know the context. Steel, confirm this for us. What was the longest Light Zaku cast?
Yeah,
I know when Steel and I cast at Valencia, that went on for what, 7-ish hours? Not quite that 8-hour mark, but you know, it was pretty long.
Yeah, I was about to say that I know that you and Steel have done quite a bit for Valencia. So, yeah, we haven't quite had that yet. You know, I don't believe we're gonna hit that 8-hour mark like I usually do with Yoda, but regardless, it's been quite a long
towards
day.
The end. Yeah, we are getting towards the end here, and yeah, we're not even close to 8 hours. Funnily enough, Seal is gonna be starting pretty soon. I did manage to put in that I'd have to delay my match, so should be fine.
Nice.
And speaking of which, we are now on Ice and Chrome, and every time we play on this map, I always say, yeah, I'm just gonna check who made the Ice and Chrome, and I still have not yet, so jokes. In the top right-hand corner of the map, swatting all the way in the top right-hand corner of the map, the Red Terran player coming out all the way from the land of Sydney. He is going to be representing Legacy Esports. You know him as Piglet. He also goes by Pig Jr., but he will now and forever always be Notorious PIG.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ice and Chrome LE, we have the Vietnamese Protoss player representing Archangel Gaming. It is JusticeSimon.
All right, already on match point here. Pig Jr. is.
Yeah, kind of surprisingly again, like I'm not really too sure where to place Pig Jr. amongst all these other Southeast Asian and OCE players. I don't know where his skill really falls, you know, where he lies in the rankings even, if you will. So yeah, really impressive so far, taking game number 1 already from JusticeSimon.
Yeah. Once again, not too much really out there, but yeah, I guess we'll have to see if he continues his risk-free sort of playstyle on Ice and Chrome. I kind of feel like Ice and Chrome, you have an opportunity to go for that Banshee bunker push, but again, you don't have to. It's a bit of a risk.
Yeah. I mean, again, like JusticeSimon, his Banshee defense was pretty solid, like with his Blink Stalker opener. So we could see that again. I don't know if JusticeSimon is the kind of player to go for something a little bit crazy here when his opponent is on match point. You know, like I don't know if he's the one to kind of risk it like that, but we shall see. As a shield battery is actually being thrown down in his middle line.
Yeah, JusticeSimon playing this out very safe. He knows that. That Pig Jr. wants to go for some kind of air harass, probably thinking it's going to be Banshees once again. And with a shield battery, you can... with a shield battery, it's actually kind of funny. Banshees and Oracles just 2 of them will one-shot the probes. 1 of them will not do any damage.
Yeah, the DPS just isn't high enough. But yeah, I'm just really curious to know what it was that JusticeSimon scouted that made him throw down that shield battery in that natural. Or if, as you said, like maybe he's just being ultra safe.
Yeah, I think that is what it is. I mean, he's up against his opponent who's on match point, and yeah.
Oh wow,
he is playing it as safe as can be. Oh, actually manages to make it in. Does see the factory as well as the starport.
Yeah, so he does know that it is a 1-1-1 opener. You can imagine that we're going to see a switch with the factory and the starport potentially. He gets it again with the adept. Jesus Christ.
Well, and as Thermal once said, you got to be careful with those Epos. One adept can really ruin the Terran player's day.
Yeah, it really can. So JusticeSimon on point with his scouting, able to determine that this is the opener that he is going for. And yeah, again, going for Blink, getting that defense. He does already have a shield battery in place, so again, the Banshee shouldn't be dealing too much damage, at least in the main base.
Yeah. And RoA facility coming up behind that should be able to get an observer before the Banshees come in with Cloak, if JusticeSimon is on top of that.
Yeah, definitely. And actually, the first Widowmine is actually waddling across the map. Okay. Huh. Okay. just okay. I was not expecting that. Normally you see it at home, like defensively, but I think Pig Jr., he realized that, like, defensively he's fine. Like, he might as well just move it across the map. He was debating whether to have it at the third base location just to, like, kill the probe to make the third base, but instead here out at the ramp.
Yeah. Funny how that works.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how much damage he can get done. Maybe he can pick something off if he's lucky.
And yeah. Oh, all right.
Oh, that's when we see, like,
unfortunately,
a scan,
the observer will be.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see a second.
Oh, he spots it. He spots the Widowmine.
Okay, so I'm going to take that right on out. Actually, be a little bit preoccupied with this Banshee. But now, yeah, we'll be able to take out the Widowmine. Simon just playing it super safe, just keeping his observer around in case of anything that he has to be aware of.
Yeah, and once again, Pig Jr. being very conservative with his Banshee. He killed the probe that was situated at the third base location, and that was it. Then he backed off. But JusticeSimon is actually pushing out with all of his Stalkers and a Warp Prism.
And this could just about be it. Blink was finished up quite a while ago. Pig Jr., his defensive setup is looking really good, though. He just has to be on top of his repairs.
He has such good tank positioning. He has a bunker as well, a missile turret to deal with potentially a Warp Prism or an observer.
But the bunker is looking pretty low. But the tank, thankfully, will be holding that line. And actually, the Banshees for some additional damage there.
Yeah, honestly, I'm really surprised that JusticeSimon went for this counterattack because he saw the bunker earlier. Like, he saw the defensive position, but yeah, he's opting to go for this anyway. And with 3 tanks, a Raven, Banshees, oh my god, it's going to be so difficult to break through this. And I feel like JusticeSimon realizes this as he is getting a third base.
That Pete is, and this is going to be something we're going to have to see just how much Pig Jr. allows this to contain him. Now, on 2 bases, it's not too bad for the Terran player. As long as you're building up your army and you don't get supply blocked, you can still break out of this and go for that counterattack. But if he stays on this for too long, then Simon's just going to be in the late game while Pig Jr. looks to go into the mid.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we do see that Pig Jr., he does already have his 3rd orbital complete, so he is already working on those SCVs, just waiting for the opportunity to expand, to push out and secure his 3rd base, and there we go. The Stalkers are nowhere to be found, so he is able to take that 3rd. Meanwhile, it's important to note that there is this Warp Prism out here outside the main, which could at any moment go in to that mineral line.
And it's going.
Yep.
Not quite yet, though. There we have it. A massive warp in right on top of this, and Pig Jr. kind of getting suffocated from the inside.
All the tanks are exposed.
The tanks are very exposed. A couple of Widowmines do kind of cover them, but now the tanks are out. The bio is being split right now. Pig Jr. theoretically has enough that he needs to hold, but he is going to have to sacrifice a lot of SCVs, so that's a lot of momentum.
Oh my god, yeah.
JusticeSimon ain't done.
He is not. The War Prism is still alive. For now, it does need to escape. He kept the majority of his Stalkers alive. Behind this, JusticeSimon, he's getting fully saturated on 3 bases. And it was such a huge thing that he managed to snipe all 3 of those tanks. Oh god!
It very much was. His War Prism does go down with a couple of Zealots. And this gives Pig Jr. just so much breathing room. He does not have to worry about being pulled apart from the third or the natural or the main with any harass coming out. He's just focusing on getting his army up, and he's actually going for that counterattack, as we were saying. He's got his stim, he's got his combat shield, he's got his +1 weapons. Concussor Shell will be finishing up pretty soon. Let's go for it. What does JusticeSimon have to defend against this?
Exactly. We saw this against Oreo as well. Once that War Prism goes down, there's nothing stopping Notorious Pig from pushing out across the map. He's here. He has his upgrades. He has a Raven as well for a Dorito cannon or for that anti-armor missile.
Yeah. Or even potentially a what's it called? Disable if he wants to prevent this hot pickup from coming off. Very nice mine shot. These Zealots starting to go down. And with this concave of bio, things are looking pretty bad for JusticeSimon, but the bio army is starting to go down to the red.
Oh yeah, there's just enough here for JusticeSimon to push it away. It was honestly getting really scary. Piglet, he was getting on top of the Immortals. He was focusing them down, but the War Prism micro was good enough and JusticeSimon was able to keep them alive.
That's why you want that Matrix on top of the War Prism.
Exactly. That potentially could have been huge. I didn't get to see if the Raven actually got to cast anything.
I don't think it did. Yeah,
a bit unfortunate. It actually did survive in the end.
Position. Yeah, there are just too many Stalkers for Piglet to really try to dive in.
Yeah, really nice zoning done there by JusticeSimon, and now he's kept, like, his economy is intact. I don't believe he lost any workers in that engagement, only army, and he kept the majority of his Immortals alive as well. So now he has the freedom to take a 4th base. He's got Storm on the way, and at the same time, to be fair, his opponent is also taking a 4th a little bit later though, for the Terran. Yeah,
I think Terran can get away with getting the 4th base a little bit later than a Protoss player. In fact, you see that quite a bit because, you know, obviously you have mules, and ideally you're still producing those SCVs without the 4th base.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
you sort of main art them in later.
And this Banshee of Piglet is still trying to do something. Like, he's focusing down pylons, doing what he can.
Some damage done.
Yeah, there's no detection. Oh no, now there is.
Now there is. My Banshee's alive. Pig Jr., once he sees the alert on his minimap, he's just gonna drag that Banshee away.
Yeah, it's still alive here at the 4th base, and he's going to be meeting up with the rest of his army as he's rotating down here to the freshest base of JusticeSimon. And it looks like, you know, now that he's borrowed his Widowmines, he should be able to focus this down with the amount of Marauders he has. Yeah,
it's going to be pretty tough. The what's it called? Auto turret just to aid a little bit into DPS. There are a couple of High Templar in this War Prism, though. And if they can cast their Storm, they will keep that 4th base alive.
Wow, yeah, Piglet, he was forced to pull away from that Nexus to deal with the army, and has to be careful if these reset on top of the High Templar.
They're all gonna go down, but JusticeSimon's on top of it, sends in the Observer, and meanwhile, that Banshee ain't done.
Yeah, that Banshee, we do hear it in the background. It's still
takes out a pylon!
What a guy. What a Banshee.
What a Banshee. What a Banshee pilot.
What a Banshee, if you will. If Lumi is still in the chat.
Alright, but now Piglet really looking to assert himself here. He's got a very healthy Marine Marauder count with a lot of ghosts for EMPs. JusticeSimon, he's gonna have to micro this out just about as perfectly as he can. Gonna have to be very careful. Don't lose the War Prism again.
Oh. Nice Storm able to push away the army, and yeah, it's so important that he keeps this War Prism alive, especially because there are 2 High Templar within it.
Exactly, but this is such a funny dynamic. Like, every time I see Mass Ghost versus Mass High Templar, I mean, to be fair, neither of them are really Mass. It's just 6 to 8 of each of either unit. It's a little overkill.
Yeah, it's basically like, will the EMPs land? Like, where are they going to blanket? And more importantly, because the High Templar are in the War Prism, like, will the War Prism stay alive or will it get sniped? Will he be able to land those money storms? Yeah, it's a dance, if you will.
Is Raven still alive? Oh, Raven's not still alive, which is unfortunate. Because again, it all goes back to disabling the Prism.
You know, it is still alive.
It's still alive. It's not hell.
Jesus.
If Terran had recall.
If only he could bring it back home, he could repair it as well.
Imagine flying mules that can repair air units.
That sounds awful.
That sounds terrifying.
I don't know how that works as well. Does that mean it can't mine because it's in the air? So it's just like a mule just to repair air?
Oh, it's like a science vessel. Except you can call it down to building it. Alright, so run by, not getting too much done.
Yeah, it does get caught out, and it's really important to note that the Ghost upgrade will be finishing Enhanced Shockwaves, and the army is going to be meeting up as it finishes.
A lot of Ghosts are far in the back, though. So the High Templar. The EMPs do land, but not enough of them on top of the High Templar. And there's still a decent number of storms left for JusticeSimon, but the macro from Piglet has just been insane. He's already remade at least half of the army that he's lost.
Oh my god, and the Warp Prism
army.
Exactly, the Warp Prism gets taken out as well, and if you saw, but the army of JusticeSimon was completely blanketed by those EMPs. Sure, the High Templar was safe, and we saw some amazing storms, but the Marauders, the Ghosts, were able to survive the storm, weather the storm even, and now he's here across the map.
Another couple of EMPs, because you know what? He's built these Ghosts. He's gonna make use of them.
Exactly, why not? And he focuses down the shield battery as well. Overcharge is nullified. Oh, there are DCs in the middle of this though.
Already sees them and takes them out. Good game, good luck is called. And I guess the only thing left to mention here, Light, that Banshee still lived towards the end of the game.
That Banshee, oh my god, really, that was the winning move there by Notorious Pig, able to keep that alive, because you know what, because that Banshee stayed alive in the back of JusticeSimon's head, it was always bothering him, you know, like, oh my god, it's right there, like, I have to make sure that I take care of my mineral line, I have to keep some units there, and that's just what Pig needed.
That he did, and now he's going to be advancing to that final qualifying match. Going to be facing up against, drumroll. Wait, I actually have to click on the...
Yeah, me too.
I had to click. Oreo, who takes out Nux 2-1. This is going to be the TVZ that I think everybody was waiting for, Light.
Yeah, I'm just updating Oreo. Oh my god, here we go. This is the finals. This is Australia versus Australia. Zerg versus Terran. Oreo versus Notorious Pig. Oh boy.
Lord. That's it, there we go. This is the final match.
This is it. We're here. This is the final series of all of the qualifiers. This is what we have been leading up to, what we've been building up to. It is the best of 5. The winner of this goes on to ANZ champs. The loser, that's it. They're done.
That we do.